Coming up next, a dangerous and deadly time of year in Pennsylvania.
And then cracked the windshield. But I literally felt like my life flashed before my eyes.
Plus, one of the busiest travel periods in years is ready to begin. What you need to know. And a program to help struggling veterans in our area.
But he decided he would use his therapist and our services to get this to work.
The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon, I'm Alex Rocco.
And I'm Shannon Tanzo. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, it's the worst time of year for crashes involving cars and deer across the state. And as Savannah Wood reports, Pennsylvania holds the top spot in the nation.
When it comes to cars colliding with animals, Pennsylvania is number one. A recent report from State Farm Insurance ranks our state top in the nation for animal vehicle crashes. And right now is the worst time of year.
Every year. Yeah. As soon as the time change, everybody's an hour sooner to go to work, and the deer don't care. They're still on their schedule.
Johnny Lavanish owns Lava Auto Body in State College. He says at least 90% of the cars they see in the weeks after the time change are deer hits. The most dangerous months are November, October, and December in that order. The State Game Commission says we can all help make a difference.
Such as, we've seen deer cross roads more often to get to food sources that are put out like that. So you may actually see an increase in vehicle collisions because somebody is putting out a bunch of bait for deer.
PennDOT data shows more than 5,800 accidents involving deer last year. 1,200 people were hurt and 9 died. Jessica Deeroff knows firsthand what can happen.
And then cracked the windshield. But I literally felt like my life flashed before my eyes.
The damage from a deer-related car crash can range from a little scratch to being completely totaled. A lot of times it depends on the kind of car you're in, except the one behind me is a minivan, and you can see the entire front was kicked up by a deer.
Where we tend to have these little hot spots of high deer numbers or high deer human conflict tend to be in more suburban areas where there's a lot of limitation to the land that the deer are using.
PA drivers have a 1 in 59 chance of an accident involving wildlife. In State College, I'm Savannah Wood for the Center County Report.
PA drivers filed more than 153,000 insurance claims for animal-related crashes between June of last year and June 2023.
Whether you're driving or flying for Thanksgiving, get ready for a travel rush. Carly Knowlton reports.
Sarah McGinnis flies home to Seattle during Penn State school breaks when airfare can cost around $1,200 or more. Her flight this week was scheduled for 6:30 a.m.
And I've learned at this point through all my years of flying to usually I try to get the first or second flight out so that if it does get delayed or canceled, I could get on the next flight.
AAA says this Thanksgiving travel period is expected to be the third busiest in over 2 decades, with more than 55 million people driving or flying. TSA is preparing for an all-time record number of passengers in the U.S. airports.
Tuesday and Wednesday are expected to be the most popular days of travel ahead of the holiday. You can expect to be waiting in line at TSA a little longer than usual, and you may be paying a little bit more for those flights.
Travelers, when we are busy like that, they do want to make sure they're here at least an hour. We tell them 2 hours ahead of time. That makes a big difference for the travelers.
If you have to drive the day before Thanksgiving, experts recommend leaving very early in the morning or after 6 p.m. On Thanksgiving Day, roads are expected to be busiest from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. In University Park, I'm Carly Knowlton for the Center County Report.
Another travel challenge this year will be the absence of Delta Airlines at State College Airport. Delta suspended its flights there in June.
More than $600 million in education funding is now on the governor's desk for approval. Lawmakers okayed the funding for universities after an almost 5-month delay, but the bill does not include the increase in aid for Penn State, Pitt, and Temple that Democrats wanted. They asked for a 7% increase, but Republicans wanted a guarantee that schools would not raise tuition. Universities say they can't do that without more state funding. And a new law signed by the governor requires universities, including Penn State, to disclose more records about their finances, employment, and operations. The law also includes Pitt, Temple, and Lincoln. Among other things, the schools will have to publish salaries of all officers and directors and the top 200 highest paid employees.
The federal government says a local State College restaurant owes thousands back to its workers in unpaid wages. Plaza Azteca, which owns Plaza Mexican on South Atherton Street, has agreed to nearly pay $600,000 to 41 workers here in a multi-million-dollar settlement with the U.S. Department of Labor. According to the department, Plaza paid back-of-the-house employees predetermined amounts, leading to lower wages than the state minimum across 40 locations nationwide.
Also in State College, cars lined up at Delta High School yesterday for a Thanksgiving food drive. If you signed up for the event, you could bring your car to get a free trunk full of turkey, fresh produce, and other holiday necessities. It was all made possible thanks to the State College School District, Food Service Department, Target, and the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank.
We started in 2020 during COVID, and we just keep going. It's still really popular, which means there's a need, so we're going to keep doing it.
So this is really like an opportunity to give me like a sense, oh, Thanksgiving, yeah, great, let's do it.
More than 400 people registered for the event. If you're interested in participating next year, you can register at scfoodbank.org.
Another program in our area is helping veterans who find themselves in the criminal justice system. Jay Sobardo takes a closer look.
More than half of all incarcerated veterans have been told they have a mental disorder, but a group in Center County is trying to help through the Veterans Mentorship Program. It started in 2020 when a group of veterans and legal professionals found themselves asking how they can best serve those who've served our country. Dan Clark, an Army vet and Penn State Law graduate, is one of them.
And it quickly kind of came out that Center County was not going to pay for a veteran treatment court because it's a new court. You have to hire judges, you have to hire clerks, it's expensive.
Clark, District Attorney Bernie Cantorna, and others felt they needed to do something. That led to the mentorship program.
It's veteran run, and it supports veterans in their road to recovery and dealing with issues that have brought them into the criminal justice system.
The program is 3 phases: red, white, and blue. Each phase taking steps to address their issues and prepare them for what's next.
There's at least one veteran I know personally who's alive today. A friend of mine who is alive today because of this program. And in his own words, he would have become 22 a day veteran suicide statistic if not for this program.
Jim Lanning is a Vietnam veteran who plays a key role in the program. Participants often come to his property at Camp Breesey in Bellefonte when they begin their road to recovery.
You smile when you talk about people who've succeeded through the program.
What happened is we knew our way works, that's all. We know it works for us here.
I'm Jay Sobardo for the Center County Report.
Lanning says the program may be expanding in the future as plans continue to make it regional.
Still to come on the Center County Report, say goodbye to the warm weather. The weekend forecast is next.
Plus, a popular event to kick off the holiday season in Center County happened last night. We'll take you there. Also coming up, college professor by day, but a music star by night. You'll meet her.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front line
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
The Penn State Nursing Sciences Building in University Park is getting a multi-million-dollar facelift. The University Board of Trustees recently approved the $28 million expansion. Work will include a new facade, improved lighting, and HVAC systems, and a new simulation-ready classroom for up to 180 people. Preliminary work will begin this winter, and construction will get started next summer.
A professor in Penn State's Human Development and Family Studies College is leading a double life, but in a good way. She's a professor by day and a music star by night. Emily McGlynn has her story.
Ikigai is a Japanese concept Molly Countermine practices while being a professor, a mom, and a musician. These life roles give her value and worth that she shares with others. Countermine followed in her father's footsteps, being the trifecta. He pursued a PhD degree here at Penn State while performing in a band called The First Family, and now she does the same.
Even after my father left, became a Saturday night staple at the First for the next 50 years.
And now she's a Friday night staple as the lead singer for Ted McCloskey and the Hi-Fis. Born in State College, the mother of three was raised in Georgia and returned to State College decades later to work on her PhD. With the Countermine name, she was a given to perform at the bar.
It was just never, in my mind, a question that I was going to keep performing. I can't not sing.
She says she maintains a balance among her different roles because they all connect. Connection is her reason for being.
And that's the same thing that happens in music and in the teacher-student relationship and in the parent-child relationship.
Reporting in State College, I'm Emily McGlynn for the Center County Report.
Her teaching interests are in infant sleep patterns and behaviors and parenting.
Fair weather today switches over to showers by the evening hours of tonight, and cooler conditions will be following for our week to come. Behind me is a live shot of the golf courses over at Penn State, and you can see some grays and cloudiness in the haze of the background. That's due to the wildfires that are coming up from our southeastern regions of the country, bringing with it some smoke and smog. That'll be blown out of our way throughout the weekend as the wind direction will shift with this cold front coming in tonight. Current conditions for today, we have a 59 degrees outside with cloud coverage and winds coming from our south-southwest pushing in that smog. Temperatures in the surrounding areas were hovering around those higher 50s to low 60-degree marks with a 62 in Johnstown. Zooming out over the Commonwealth as a whole, higher 50s persist. This is unseasonable for this time of November, mid-November towards the end. However, things will be changing by 24 hours from now. Looking into our futurecast, seeing how this cold front comes through, bringing with it the precip that we'll be having around sunset this time today. Around 4:15 p.m. showers are knocking on our door in Center County, and they've already pushed through on the northwestern region. By midnight tonight and into the 1 a.m.s of Saturday morning, showers have cleared out with some popping up and scattered throughout. Clouds remain in control, keeping temperatures neutral in the overnight hours. Clicking through to this time tomorrow, we can see we are way below what we have currently as we're in the 40s statewide, 39 State College, 39 up in Erie and in Pittsburgh, hovering in the low 40s down to our southeast, but the winds now have switched directions, keeping things cooler, and this will remain through our weekend. Looking into our forecast for today, overall 61 degrees, late afternoon showers and winds coming from our south. This remains for tonight as we'll have showers and a low of 38, winds still remaining from our south. And for tomorrow, Skies will finally be clearing, temperatures getting up to only 46, feeling much more like November, but clear skies for all. We have a game tomorrow. It's the last home game, so look for your game viewing experiences. Clouds will be dissipating before the game, and by the start, we'll have clear skies, sun sticking out for the rest of the second half, and around high of 46. Tying this forecast up in a bow for you, we can see that by Sunday, we'll have sun shining for us, temperatures much lower than current conditions as we're at 48 degrees. Rumbles of rain on our Tuesday, high of 48 degrees as well. Those showers might stick around into Wednesday. Temperatures dropping for our Turkey Day as we have a high of 33 degrees. So a food coma is the perfect way to cozy up with those cooler temperatures that we'll be experiencing.
Yeah, I've really been loving this fall weather, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to it and experience the State College winter that we know all too well.
That's exactly right, but I'm definitely excited for the Sunday weather tomorrow, and especially for that football game. We'll have more on that football game, and with more, here's Olivia Dunn with sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, a big coaching change for Penn State football as the OC gets the boot. But will it make a difference? We look ahead to tomorrow's final home game against Rutgers.
My skin, think it's time I find my place here.
Fasten your seatbelt.
You're taking my breath away.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Amazing. Well, what are you waiting for?
You belong here. This is your home.
What is your sense now of the humanitarian situation?
This is making me emotional.
This experience I'm going to carry with me the rest of my life.
I'll always be so grateful for everything you did for me.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm Olivia Dunn with sports. The Nittany Lions play their final home game of the season tomorrow against Rutgers, and it'll be without offensive coordinator Mike Yurcich, who was fired this week. Destiny Sanchez has more on the coaching change.
After another offensive struggle, another tough loss to Michigan, and boos raining down at Beaver Stadium, Coach James Franklin had enough. He fired offensive coordinator Mike Yurcich the next day.
I run things up the ladder and have conversations. This was my decision.
With 2 regular season games still left, Jawan Sider and Ty Howell will share the play calling duties. The numbers on Yurcich tell a mixed story. His offense ranked second in the Big Ten and number 14 in the nation with more than 37 points per game this year. But Penn State only scored 12 against Ohio State and 15 against Michigan.
But a lot of times when we got to the games, either we did not call the games that way, or we did not execute the games the way we intended them to.
Yurcich went 0-6 against Ohio State and Michigan with numbers like these in the biggest games. Only 5 third down conversions on 30 attempts against the Buckeyes and 10 second half possessions against Michigan, 5 of those ending with 3-and-out punts. The next offensive coordinator will be the 6th hired by Franklin in his time here. He also replaced the wide receiver coach earlier this year. The new hire will also need to develop quarterback Drew Aller.
Yurcich was a huge part in recruiting Aller when he was just a 3-star prospect his sophomore year of high school.
By his senior year, he was a 5-star and one of the best quarterbacks in the 2022 class. Drew's development should be at the forefront at any decision made at OC. Whoever replaces Yuricich must be able to fit Drew's style and take the next step to national prominence.
Will players have say in the hire?
No, but in terms of are they a part of that decision? Yes.
What kind of OC is Franklin looking for?
Somebody that's going to put us in the best position to play our best football when it's needed most. And against the best competition.
After another 0-2 year against the Big Ten's best, Franklin is under pressure to make this hire a good one. I'm Destiny Sanchez for the Center County Report.
Well, tomorrow is senior day at Beaver Stadium, and the Nittany Lions hope to send the seniors out with a win against Rutgers. The past is the past, according to senior defensive tackle Devon Ellies. Coming off a tough loss to Michigan last Saturday, he says the team is only looking forward.
We just need to keep going, keep on track, stay on track, keep being exactly who we say we are.
The Nittany Lions welcome Rutgers tomorrow for the annual senior game. Coach James Franklin says he hopes graduating players take in every moment, and he hopes they feel the love from their fans.
I hope the fans show their appreciation for all the hard work that these guys have put in, representing the university the right way, both on and off the field.
Rutgers currently owns a program-high 3 conference wins, but the Knights also are coming off a shutout loss against Iowa last week. Last season, the Nittany Lions marched to Piscataway and won 55-10. On offense, there'll be a new face in the booth. Franklin says former Rutgers defensive coordinator and current offensive analyst Rob Smith will put on the headset in place of fired Mike Yuricich.
Just one of our most experienced guys. You know, he's been a defensive coordinator at Duke. He's been a defensive coordinator at Rutgers. He's been a defensive coordinator at Minnesota. Just a very experienced guy that we think can bring a lot of value for us.
Now, there's only one thing left to do.
Hey, Rutgers. Next week, we're on to the next week. Michigan's done. Now we're on to Rutgers.
Kickoff tomorrow is at noon, and you can listen to the game live on Penn State Com Radio with our broadcast team at Beaver Stadium. Now to high school football. Regional playoffs continue tonight. Let's take a look at some of this week's matchups. The now 7-3 State College Little Lions advance and head to Erie to face off against the 7-4 McDowell Trojans. Kickoff is at 7 tonight. And tomorrow, the 11-1 Bald Eagles are traveling to Altoona to take on the 11-1 Richland Rams at 7 at Mansion Park Stadium. You can catch playoff highlights and more on After the Whistle tonight at 11:30 on our Belisario Student Media YouTube channel. Penn State hockey is back on the road in Michigan tonight to play another 2-game series. The team secured a win last Friday in East Lansing with a shootout against Michigan State. The Lions had goals from Xander Lampa and Ryan Kerwin, but on Saturday, Michigan State snagged the win 5-3. The Lions play in Ann Arbor against the Wolverines tonight and tomorrow. And after a loss in the Big Ten championship game, Penn State men's soccer will not move on to the NCAA tournament, but the women's team plays in the second round of the tournament tonight. In their opening game last week, the Nittany Lions won big against Central Connecticut State. The final score was 7-0. Tonight, they're back on the pitch at home against Santa Clara. The Broncos are ranked 23rd. Let's check in on Penn State basketball. The men's team plays Morehead State tonight at the BJC. The Lions are looking for a 4-0 start. The Lady Lions are also unbeaten at 4-0 after 2 wins this week. They beat Kansas at home on Monday. Senior McKenna Marisa had a career-high tying 34-point performance. The Lions also beat St. John's on the road last night 69-53. They now head to the Bahamas for a holiday tournament next week. That's going to do it for me for sports. Now back to you guys.
It's crazy that tomorrow's the last home football game of the season. I mean, I'm excited to see how it goes.
Well, I'm just curious to see how Penn State does with 2 new offensive coordinators. Thanks, Olivia. Coming up next, see what got Tiny Tot's eyes all aglow last night in downtown State College.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. but I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Support your PBS station and you can get Passport, giving you full seasons, early releases, special collections, and more. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front lines
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
State College officially kicked off the most wonderful time of the year with the annual Light Up the Night event downtown last night. Reporter Cameron Lobley takes you there.
Bells were ringing, carolers were singing, and holiday spirit was in the air as State College's Light Up the Night event took over Allen Street.
We love it. This is such a magical time of year, and every year we've been growing this event for a few years now. It's really nice to see the crowds come out.
Hundreds of people turned out to catch local musical and dance performances. And, of course, to grab a picture with the big man himself, Santa Claus.
And that's not all for tonight. You can see we've actually got a whole Christmas market stretching down Allen Street, some festive holiday refreshments, and we even got a surprise appearance from a couple of Santa's reindeer straight from the North Pole.
The night's headlining event was the Allen Street tree lighting ceremony. With the spirit of giving at the heart of the festival, attendees who embraced it got a special opportunity for the night's finale.
We asked that anyone that would like the chance to light the tree with Santa bring a new toy for Toys for Tots, or a non-perishable food item for the YMCA backpack program.
Taking this place center stage, Old St. Nick led the night's crowd with a countdown and a couple magic words. And officially kicked off this year's holiday season. Right down Santa Claus Lane, I'm Cameron Lobley for the Center County Report.
That seriously looked like such a great event.
Oh, it looks so much fun.
That's all for today's newscast. We're back after Thanksgiving with our next local news update.
You can follow us anytime for our breaking news on our Center County Report X, and you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good afternoon.
This is a moment. There's a whole wide world out there.
This is a battlefield.
The river is the most important part of nature.
Humans have never done this before.